Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Samantha Vinokur-Meinrat, and I'm so excited to welcome you to our class on Jewish identity and adolescence. I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce myself as well as the content to you and to really explain why I feel like this is such a critical and really pivotal topic in the field of Jewish education. Like I imagine is the case for some of you, my own Jewish journey really became my own in the high school years. I'm originally from New York, and I grew up with a really positive Jewish environment. I grew up in a conservative synagogue. I have an Israeli father, an American mother. We had regular Shabbat dinners. We attended services, high holidays, and all Jewish holidays really were big events in our family. And unlike many kids, I actually had a really positive experience with religious school. I just always enjoyed being Jewish, being in Jewish environments, and connecting with other members of the Jewish community. I was an avid reader, read about Judaism, all good stuff, really an ideally nerdy child. But it was really post B'nai Mitzvah that I got to begin exploring what my own Judaism might look like, either same as or actually different from the model that I had been given by my parents. I was able to get involved in leadership roles in youth groups, which set me up to assume leadership roles later in life. So many of the skills that I learned in those informal education contexts stayed with me far beyond. The reading that I did, the mentors who I connected with, the people who gave me a chance to see a world beyond my own and really empowered me to not only ask questions, but figured out where to find the answers to the questions that I had, set me up on what I think has been a to date lifelong Jewish journey, and that I know will obviously continue far into the future. Like I said, I'm from New York. I went to undergrad at the University of Pittsburgh, then moved to Israel and completed my master's in Jewish education remotely before it was cool to do that through the Jewish Theological Seminary. Spent several years working in the teen engagement space in Washington, D.C., and did my doctorate, my EDD, at Gratz, where my dissertation focused on Jewish identity development in Generation Z religious school alumni who had not stayed connected to their Jewish identities. And now in my day job, I oversee teen engagement for the Jewish community of Cleveland. So this is definitely a passion area of mine. I think that the impact that an educator can make during the teen years is exponential. When you reach a high school student, a middle school student, perhaps an early college age student, you have no idea where they're going to end up. And sometimes the biggest joy is in the not knowing, but other times it's in seeing the impact as it reverberates out through the lives of learners. I know that for myself. Some of the people who taught me when I was in high school have now become my peers in the 10 plus years that I have been in Jewish education, and I can't wait to see that for my students as well. I think that when you meet someone at this stage where they're questioning, they're figuring out who they are, they're wondering how their Jewish identity intersects with every other part of their beings, and if you can be that sounding board for them, if you can be the person who connects with them and helps them get to whatever their next steps are, you can really have a lifelong impact, and that's what I strive for. When I work with high school students, and I say this also to the adult professionals that I work with, my goal is never going to be that anyone finds the subject matter that I'm teaching, whatever it might be, to be exhaustive. And that's what I really believe for you here. I hope that as we go into this class, you'll really see it as the overview survey of the Jewish adolescent high school experience at this moment. There'll be interactive opportunities, there'll be readings, there'll be podcasts. But what I hope is that no one comes out of this class saying, check plus, I learned about Jewish teens and now I'm good to go. I hope that this will really inspire a deeper exploration of these amazing individuals. It's so easy for every generation to write off the next one, to say, in the case of Gen Z, as well as Generation Alpha, which is coming up fast behind and following them, they're too into their phones, they're too overscheduled, they're too this, they're too that. But what I see is this force to be reckoned with. And as we explore the realities of the Jewish teen experience, we dream and vision what it could be and how our roles as educators can shape those shifts and those pivots for the collective Jewish community. I think we're really primed for an amazing experience together. On the technical note, I am so excited to get to know all of you and want to really make myself available. So I'm happy to chat both online, offline, and to connect about the content of the course as well as any help, wisdom that I can provide in the field of Jewish education, big picture. And I look forward to seeing you guys in our first session. Have a great day.